Well, welcome back to In the Pot with Livvy and Chrissie. I'm Livvy.
And I'm Chrissie, and earlier on we cooked, or rather Matt Lord, our dishy chef, cooked halibut with chorizo and crab. And we tasted that. Oh, it was fab. So now.
And now we have dishy chef Matt Lord from the Bristol Hotel, and he's been plating up this fabulous food, but we're now going on to dessert. The dessert is rice pudding, spiced rice pudding with a poached pear. Talk us through that.
It's more of a pudding. It's a nice warming winter kind of. Everybody loves rice pudding, not your horrible stodgy school rice pudding. This is gourmet rice pudding. Gourmet rice pudding, yes. So first of all, in the pan here, we've got our cream and our milk.
Right.
So we're slowly going to bring that up to the boil.
Okay.
And this is just a tip in together, so you two can do this. First of all, we've got a little bit of sugar to sweeten it. Yeah. So the sugar can go into the pot.
Where do I tip it? What pot?
Into the cream.
Oh, right. Ooh.
Right. Just tip it in, babes.
Right.
That's all you do is just tip it in, right?
My tipping dance. Right. Okay.
Cool, and then we'll give it a little stir.
Okay.
Would you like me to do that?
Yeah.
It takes many women to make a rice pudding, I think. 2, actually.
And then we need to flavour it up, so you're going to make a super duper kind of mulled winey kind of flavoured winter spiced tea bag.
Oh, I love that.
So we've got our spices here. So you've got cinnamon stick,
Right.
beautiful star anise,
Yes.
and a few little cloves as well.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to make our tea bag in this piece of muslin here. So we're going to tip all our spices in there first.
Okay, done.
And then we want some citrus flavour going on. So you're going to peel a piece of zest from each of these pieces of citrus fruit.
How do you feel free?
When it comes to any hard
It's
work.
the nails.
You know.
Really?
Right. Tom?
Tom, would you like some zest? Some zest in life. Chrissie is now demonstrating how to prepare zest.
Just put it in the middle with the rest of it.
Oh, get back.
All right.
2.
Don't rush me. I'm creating. Right, okay, 3.
That's it.
Cool, and then bring it all together, and we need to tie a bit of string around the top so it all doesn't fall out, okay? This might be a 2-lady job.
It is a 2-lady job, babes. This is one we didn't make earlier, and it takes a little bit of time to do, but you know, it's always worth the effort, is it not?
It is.
Go.
Yeah, right.
That's it, chuck it in. Yeah, and so as the rice cooks, there's going to be all those lovely flavours from the spices and the zests are going to release and flavour up our rice pudding.
What is it about rice pudding that is so, it's that warming?
It is, it gives you that homely kind of, it's cuddle, it's a cuddle in a food.
Cuddle in a food. Oh.
So, and our last flavour we're going to drop in there, so it's a vanilla pod, so we're just going to split it down the centre like that to get all the lovely seeds out. Yep. Run our knife down there to scrape it, so you get the centre out. You get all those lovely seeds. We'll scrape those in, and we'll just chuck the vanilla pod in as well, because save it going to waste, okay?
I love a man who says chuck. Just chuck it in, throw it in. Just go for it.
We're just going to keep stirring that, and that's going to simmer for about 20 minutes or so, just to let all those flavours kind of release and the rice to cook. We want it kind of, all cooked down. So we'll give it a little stir,
Oh, thank you.
So we'll move on to our poached pears now. So we've got some lovely, this is a Williams pear, so it's a dessert pear. This isn't your normal kind of lovely eating pears you get. They're a little less sweet, but they're firmer in the flesh as well. So when we cook them, they're going to hold together.
And you cook them whole with skin?
We are going to cook them whole. So in here we've got our mulled wine mix, okay? So we've got some red wine, some water, some sugar, and very similar spices to we've put in here. So cloves, cinnamon, star anise. So we're kind of marrying those flavours will carry all the way through the dish. So first of all, we're going to peel our pear. So just normal potato peeler.
Okay.
Just to get rid of the outside.
You can do that.
I've proved my expertise. I don't have to prove anything else.
She doesn't have to prove she can peel. It has been demonstrated. And Matt does it so exquisitely.
Keep the nice shape of the pear. So we want the natural shape there, okay? And then we're just going to bring our liquid to the boil, and we'll just drop that in there.
Okay.
And then it's a case of waiting.
And how long?
So we've got to carry on cooking and stirring our rice pudding, and they're going to take about the same amount of time, so about 15 minutes. It's going to depend on every pear, but we just want until the pear gets nice and soft.
So you want it, how do you know when it's ready? How do you work it out?
Get a sharp knife,
okay.
And there are some in here we've made earlier. So what we're looking for is see how it's taken on that beautiful colour?
Oh, it's beautiful.
And you just want to slip a knife in, it should just slip in nice.
Tom, is that a nice pear?
Do you think so, Tom? And it's a sort of deep red. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
beautiful. And the red wine stains it all the way through. We did just take out the middle with a knife there.
Okay, that's good. That is perfect. And we've now got a pair of pears cooking, waiting to go with the rice pudding.
Of pears, I think that. So there you go. Well, look, we're going to check out what kind of wines goes with pears.
Yeah, pears and rice pudding. So we're off to the Hotel de Van. We're going to have a look at, and they're going to be inspiring us to drink a fabulous dessert wine with an amazing dessert. Well, I think we're going to have great fun doing that.
I think we are actually, with the head sommelier.
Oh yes. We're in this amazing place at the Hotel de Van in Bristol, and it's like this magical world, deep down in the bowels in a cellar full of wine and gorgeousness. Is it not, Chrissie?
Gorgeousness, and yeah, gorgeousness in the shape of Zon, head sommelier.
Thank you very much.
I mean, here you are with us too.
Yeah.
In a dark place. If you're happy. So, puddings, rice puddings.
Yeah, so I was thinking with
It's a
poached
spicy,
pear.
yes, poached pear in the wine that Matt's cooking, and then a spicy rice pudding with bits and bobs.
And I selected this wine, which is a Tannat. A Tannat is actually a grape that used to be from Bordeaux before, and it actually been moved to Uruguay, exported to Uruguay, and it's a Uruguayan dessert red wine.
Well, we're back from the Hotel de Van. Well, it's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. But thank you so much to head sommelier Zon Moore.
Well, dishy chef Matt Lord has been plating up and preparing poached spiced pear, and earlier on you saw Chrissie and I getting the poaching bit together, and now we have the rice pudding, do we
Yes,
not?
so while you've been away, the rice has been simmering away, so it's nice and soft now. You can't really overcook rice pudding. You want your rice grains to be nice and soft and gooey and like cooked all the way through.
You can't overcook it. I like it. I like it. That's brilliant.
We're not looking for risotto where you've got that beautiful al dente bite. Like, we're looking for nice soft rice. So we're going to take your magic little flavoursome tea bag out, because we don't want to be eating that. And then we've got our rice pudding there, so you can see all those lovely vanilla seeds through it, and you give it a smell, you can smell all those flavours that we put in there.
Lovely.
And pick all those little
It's
individual
cosy.
flavours out.
It's cosy food.
It is. It really is.
And it wants to be nice and creamy and...
Barbara of the Devilled Egg Kitchen Academy.
Who's going to be our taster of this amazing winter delicious pudding.
Look at that colour. It's a kind of like a gorgeous light yellow.
Would you say light yellow? Would you
What
say
would you say?
cream?
I'd say light yellow cream.
in it.
And that's the kind of texture you're looking for. You see how it just sits in the bowl? If you need to add a little more cream or a little more milk as you're finishing it off, just to get that kind of right consistency, then it's all right. Like, every bit of rice is different, so sometimes it'll take more or less liquid.
And what sort of pear? Is it a specific
Well, these were
dessert
Williams.
pear?
We
Right.
used the Williams Rosso, which is the pink Williams, but any kind of dessert pear. Williams is the best. They're my favourites.
What would you serve, wine would you serve with this at the Bristol Hotel?
My favourite kind of dessert wine is a sweet muscadet. Those orangey kind of scents will go beautiful with this dish.
Yes, love that.
So now,
Sweet. I don't know what it is about dessert. Oh, sorry, Lily.
now it's time to... Well, just a second.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We've got to get our pear in there, yeah?
Sorry, we can't wait.
So now it's time to make this rice pudding gourmet rice pudding. So we're going to
See, this is
fan
what
our
I'm like
pear.
at home, you see. I just slap it in.
Just
That's
jump
the
straight
problem.
in.
Yeah, that's
So we're going to fan the pear with a sharp knife. So we're just slicing it around. This doesn't have to do... You don't have to do this. This is just the chefy way of doing it. So if you fan it all the way around,
Fanning a pear.
I've never
And
seen
then-
pear fanned.
give it a little twist and a push.
That's
And it sits down beautifully like that. So that's going to go in the middle of our bowl. Now you can either choose, your pears can go on there hot or they can go on there cold. It doesn't really matter with this dish because the rice pudding's...
We can have your pears cold. Do you like your pears hot or cold, Tom?
Well, he's sort of nodding, so we don't really know.
think he
I don't
cares.
think he
I think he
minds.
likes them hot.
He doesn't mind. He doesn't mind. Just likes to be fed, don't you, Tom? Any
And then
time.
our last little flourish. So it's almost like the jam on the rice pudding. So I've reduced some of that lovely mulled wine down. So we've got like a mulled winey syrup.
You reduced it by kind of just cooking
Yeah,
it?
just reducing it down till you end up with a little syrup, and then we just drizzle that around like that. Beautiful. And then you've got a lovely winter spiced rice pudding with mulled wine poached pear.
That looks beautiful. That looks
Okay,
beautiful.
now it's time to tuck it.
Let Barbara have a good taste, shall we? I know, she's desperate. She's desperate. Oh, go for it, go.
Your favourite pudding.
Is it? We're all going. We're all going. We can't wait any longer.
And this is on our current kind of autumn-winter menu, seeing as it's kind of those flavours, it fits with the season.
Oh, log fires,
Tasty.
romantic afternoons, a film. Oh, that was so delicious.
It really was. Thank you so much to Matt Lord from the Bristol Hotel, Barbara Stice from the Devilled Egg Kitchen Academy, And the Hotel du Vin.
Well, I think it's time for Pharrell Williams and some music now. What do you reckon? We're playing leaks today because every week we like to play an air guitar. I'm not quite sure how to play this.
Yeah,
But
like
what
this.
is it about music, Chrissie? What is it about music and food? What is it? What happens? Do you
don't know.
play music in the kitchen?
I do, because there's always a brilliant range of, you know, vegetables, implements that you can use as your air guitar. I mean, perfect. What more could you
And
want?
she thought this week, air guitar is going to be the leak. And so, you know, you've got to do what a girl's got to do, don't you, Chris?
You have indeed.
I'm playing the leak. What do you reckon, babes? I know I've got my heels on. It's a pain. But a girl's got to do what she's got to do, doesn't she?
See you next week. Stay simmering.
And stay happy.
Bye-bye.
Feel like happiness.